Hey girly, Coach Kristen here, and in this short module we are going to talk about lash artist guidelines. So what you need to have in order to be a lash artist in your city or state, and also what you need to have in your room based off of what city or state that you are in, because everywhere is different. So let's go ahead and get into it and talk about what you need to be in compliance with TDLR, Texas state rules and regulations and guidelines. So everywhere is different. Keep in mind, I'm going to cover what you would need if you are in the state of Texas. If you are in any other city or state, then you need to make sure to do your due diligence when it comes to finding out exactly what you need to perform your services legally, okay? Because there are some city and states who have no requirements, and then there are other city and states who have some basic requirements, or just or like even licensing and stuff like that. Everywhere is different. So I'm going to cover what you need to make sure that you have in your lash room. Okay, and if you don't have these things right now, it is okay. You can still keep up with your business, perform your services and things like that, but make sure and get all of these things down eventually and checked off on your checklist. That way you can run your business legitimate and make sure you have everything you need to be in compliance with your area, whichever area you are working in. Okay, so make sure that your lash room has hardwood floors. Okay, some areas that you go into work, they will have carpet. If they have carpet, then what you can do is you can put down a rubber padding. I'm not sure if you know what I'm talking about, but it's kind of like if you go to the grocery store and you see those pads that they have to help their feet and stuff. It's just basically kind of like a non-porous floor. So you can add that to the floor if you are not working in somewhere that has hardwood floors. For the most part, most of the private spaces that you're going to want to go and work in are going to have hardwood floor areas, but just make sure that you have a non-porous surface. Okay, you also want to make sure that you have a sink area with hot and cold working water. This is so that way you can wash and clean your tools. You don't need one in your own room. You just need to have one somewhere in the area where you are working and performing your services from. Okay. You also need to display your license with a photo, with a picture of you. You need to have a picture on your license. If you are in the state of Texas, then remember you need either a lash extension specialty license, a cosmetology license, or an esthetician license to perform your services to work in a salon. Okay, if you are going and choosing to work in a salon, then you're going to make sure you have to have all your paperwork to be in there. Okay, if you are working from, like I said, more of a private area, so if you're starting from your house, you don't have to worry about this right now. The only thing you need to make sure is that your room is separate from your living area. If you're working from home, as long as you have a separate area to perform your services that is separate from your living area, then you are okay to perform your services. You still need to make sure that you have hardwood floors and a hot and cold working water and things like that, but you are okay to perform your services. Okay, so yeah, if you are going into a salon, you're going to have to make sure that you have all of these things, because when TDLR comes to the salon, they're going to inspect your space as well. Okay, if you are a private lash artist, however, and you are working from a private space or a private location, then TDLR is going to have to probably reach out to you to set up an appointment. So if they're having to do that, then you can make sure you have everything on your end complete before they do that. Yes, okay, but anyways, moving on. Make sure to display your TDLR complaints form posted somewhere in your room. You do need to have a complaint form somewhere located in your room area. Oh, but like I forgot, I was saying that if you are in a private area working from like a private office or something like that, then you're going to have to make sure that you have all of your stuff before you set that appointment back up with TDLR to make sure everything is good to go in your room. Okay. But yes, you need to display your TDLR complaints form in your room. You can download this form on TDLR TDLR.gov or TDLR.com, one of those. I'll link it below this video. That way you know where to find it. And if you go to the TDLR website, you can actually see what rules and regulations are for your city and your area as well too. Okay, so that way you don't have to like Google any of this. You can go straight to the TDLR website, and it's going to tell you what you need in order to be in compliance with whatever city or state that you are located in. Okay, you do need to make sure that you have a copy of your rules and regulations book. This is also on the TDLR website. So like I said, once you go onto that website, you will be able to see what I am talking about. I'll actually maybe towards the end of this video, because it is short, I'm going to show you. I'm going to screen share and I'll show you the TDLR website where you can find more of this helpful information just to make sure that you are in compliance with everything. Okay, yeah, so make sure and have a copy of your rules and regulations book, and you can just have that somewhere in your lash cart. Okay, you don't have to like have it displayed or anything, just somewhere like in your desk or your lash cart area, somewhere in the area where you're performing your services. Okay, make sure you have a trash can with a cover. That way any trash that you're throwing away, you don't have to see it. Or sometimes your clients have snacks or drinks, water bottles and stuff like that, so just make sure to have a trash can with a lid on it. Make sure you have a facial bed or your massage table that allows your client to lay on her back or to lay straight, okay, while you're performing the services. You can also use a recliner as well too, just whatever. Make sure you have your basic essentials to perform your service, which is your facial bed, your ring light, and your lash stool or your chair to work from. And of course, like your tools, but you don't need that. This is just to make sure that you are having everything you need to be a proper place to perform lash extensions. Okay, so now remember, every state is different. Make sure to check your city and state's guideline and rules. But here are a list of states with no regulations as well as a list of states with regulations. So the states that have no regulations, meaning you can learn lashes and just go and perform lash extensions and collect money, is Alabama, Connecticut, Delaware, Idaho, Maryland, Missouri, and Wisconsin. Okay, these states do not have any regulations on lash extension services and performance, so you can, if you are in one of those states, you don't have to worry about some of these guidelines the way the other states have to have. Okay, so if you're in those areas, then you are in the clear. Like I said, still make sure to check, because everything is always changing, and some states go from where they don't require anything to where they do, so make sure and check your area. Okay, but some states with regulations, which is a lot more: Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, Illinois, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Maine, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi, Montana, Nebraska, Nevada, New Hampshire. They all do require that you have either lash extension specialty license, cosmetology license, or esthetician license. Do not let one of these schools trick you into thinking that you need to take cosmetology or esthetician, which are higher hours, just to get your lash license. If you want to perform lash extensions only, then you can ask that school if they have a lash extension specialty program available to take. Okay, and that is only 320 hours. So even if you take this course and you still need a license to perform your services after, you can go and just apply straight for that license, and or go to the school and tell them you want the lash extension specialty license, and they will give you the hours that you need. So yes, they will house you for the hours that you need to go and take your lash extension specialty license test. Okay, so with your test, you're going to have to perform a written exam and a practical exam, but this is just all over lash extensions. If you go for esthetician, you're not going to learn anything lash wise, or which school, you know, doesn't really teach you anything in general, which is probably why you are still investing in this program, this course right now, because you've already been through school, or you are going through school currently, and you're realizing that you still had to reach out and find a mentor, someone who's actually been a lash artist, in order to learn lashes the correct way and also have a successful lash business. Okay, so yeah, just make sure that you check which state you're in and what the requirements are for your area, because every city, every state is different. So don't ever go based off of what you see. Actually go and do the research yourself, figure out what it is that you need to perform your services. Okay, so that is all for our slide presentation, but let me actually share my screen so we can see. Yeah, we're gonna go to the TDLR, and make sure you really check the like I said, make sure you check out what really applies to you and what doesn't, because there is different rules for if you are working in a salon versus whether if you're working in a private area, you know. So make or like I said, if you are running a salon versus you are just an independently owned lash extension operator. Okay, there's all different things for different rules. Okay, so like you can go to this cosmetology homepage, you can go for individuals, for salons, for schools, whatever it is you need to learn. We're gonna just hop on over for individuals. But yeah, right here you can see, oh whoopsie, okay, yeah, apply for license, eyelash extension specialty license. Alright, and on this page you can find out like what education and training, how much the application fee is to apply, and even if you are an applicant with a criminal conviction. So remember, if you do have anything like with the criminal conviction or anything like that, you can still perform your services. I do believe that you just have to let them know a little bit of personal information about what it is that happened and what is on your record, but you can still perform your services and become a lash artist or whatever it is you are looking. Just make sure that you go through that background check with them as well too. But yeah, everything that you need to find can be on this page. Alright, just showing you kind of what where you would be looking at. And then right here, the forms and publications. So you'll go to individual forms, and this is what you will need to have on you based off of whatever it is you're doing. Okay, so here's your laws and rule books. Okay, this is the cosmetology law and rule book. You can keep this one on you. Okay, and this is really just also showing it. You need to make sure your license is kept up with. Usually you have to renew it every couple of years. But yeah, this section is going to help you out with whatever it is that you are looking, or anything that you need to kind of help guide you with and figure out if everything is up to par and that you have everything to run legitimately. Okay, so that is all for this module. If you have any questions or you are confused on anything and what you need to do to make sure that you are able to run your business legitimately, then make sure and submit a support question in on the email, or hop on the Wednesday coaching call and I will help you out there. Alright, that is all for this module. I will see you later.